c2, which is, yeah, it's not obvious which one is stronger.
I guess knight c6, the idea was long castle, yeah? And knight e5, queen takes d6, maybe just if knight e5.
Yeah, that seems probable.
Even so, queen a8 is extremely sharp, yeah. But hard to say. Of course, these players are calculating lots of variations now, and we are just talking, about, so probably there was a reason why knight d7 was played, even if obviously knight c6 is more healthy looking, but it doesn't always mean that it's a right move. Yeah,
absolutely. I think specifically Levon was looking for the more comfortable answer to long castles, and he chose knight d7 to have this idea of playing queen a5. And I guess if you look at the same position with a knight on c6 just briefly, here after queen takes d6, I guess your pieces actually start falling off maybe. And with a knight on d7, he probably has some way of protecting his pieces in the center, which he feels is more stable. I don't know what it is.
Rook e5 maybe option. Rook e5
maybe even knight f8, which looks passive.
But rook e5 is even more direct, because you attack the bishop and you want to take on a2.
Yeah, maybe rook
I don't
e5,
know, bishop f4, but it looks quite scary for white. I would be, it's worrying, slightly worrying. So of course, the very solid move is b3 now. Yeah, after queen a5 probably. b3, but then of course, because now you protect everything. But
maybe we can actually play d5.
Yeah, I think so, but not completely sure. Yeah, g4.
Yeah, g4. I don't know. It's
I don't know if it works. Yeah, maybe
it gets very messy.
gfc3. I have my doubts, but we can try it.
dc. I would like to take a rook, and then you go c3, and the point is after queen c2 we have bishop takes f5. Is this mate?
Yeah, king gets, but I can check first on a3 and bishop f5.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's much stronger. That's much stronger. Yeah, apologies. That seems completely winning, actually. Check and then bishop f5, and the pin wins the game because of queen b2 mate ideas. So yeah, d5 is at least interesting. We don't
maybe knight
really
g3
know
also after d5. Yeah, d5
if it
knight
works.
g3.
Knight g3 we take, I guess.
Yes,
and then we take on
because now
c4.
white also starts to have some play on h line. Yeah. Bishop takes c4, it's dangerous.
And then queen d7, yeah?
Queen d7, but it doesn't work, yeah. Even at, I guess, simply check on a3, bishop takes b3, I don't know.
Yeah, at least we have this, and at least we have a perpetual here, but probably more.
Probably more, yeah.
Probably more.
That shouldn't work, so b3, yeah, very sharp position, but b3 is a solid sort of move, but maybe it's not the time anymore to make solid moves. I would consider knight g3, even if
giving up the pawn on a2 is extremely scary.
Yeah, I want then somehow bishop d3, bishop b1, but yeah, it's very dangerous. Yeah, I agree. Oh, you don't even have maybe to.
I didn't actually have to take. Yeah,
also, but even so, yeah, this bishop d3, knight e5. Now this doesn't look good.
No, we haven't really won enough material.
You cannot really afford probably this. So
hang on a second. There's queen d5 check there in the end. What's happening?
Bishop takes f5. Queen d5. And if I just play queen a1 check now,
bishop
there is, and now bishop f5 still queen d5. So let's see. Queen takes c4 check. Maybe queen takes c4 check was okay. After bishop takes
queen
f5.
c4, we go bishop c2.
Bishop c2 and b3.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be enough compensation. Yeah, black might have more, but these lines that we're showing, they are.
Yeah, it's a serious choice now. Yeah, for Fabiano. So let's see. Maybe let's come back to the Carlsen game, because knight e5, knight e4 now a very critical moment of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like this one is. I expected it to get here. If they got here, I expected it to happen like half an hour later. But they both are taking these decisions quite quickly. And
bishop f5, of course, is it might work. I mean,
Yeah,
At
I
least
was
it's
curious
a move
about
which
this.
has to be definitely calculated. Yeah, takes, knight takes c4.
Yeah, but there's
Bishop c2, and now
yeah.
rook takes c3 or something. Then king trying to run. I doubt, of course, but no. Even at minimum, you can change queens. Yeah. At least.
That's a very big argument against this because
Yeah.
with the queens off, we're not really going to be able to give any mate here. There's going to be some compensation.
Maybe a serious compensation. Yeah, king d8 takes and taken on e3 or b2 or.
Yeah, there's definitely even though this doesn't look quite right, and I suspect black has something smarter. Even this is not entirely clear because there's play here.
Some play. Yeah, but what else for black? Yeah, after knight e4, what are the other options? Because I cannot believe you can give up this d6 bishop. It's
it would be
black's position.
Unpleasant. Yeah, if you had to allow this trade, it would make white's life a lot easier. So we couldn't actually make knight takes c4 work at the first. The first attempt didn't work, right?
I'm thinking about some absolutely crazy ideas like knight takes c4, queen takes c4, rook takes c4. I mean, that's of course looks crazy. Rook b4,
queen c2,
queen c2, queen a5, but it shouldn't work. Yeah?
Bishop d2 probably.
Yeah, queen a4, queen a4.
Takes.
Yeah, this queen b4, but no, it's too much. Yeah, too much.
It's a little bit too much. I think we don't really generate enough threats immediately. White will, I don't know, run towards a1 very quickly and then stabilize somehow.
Some play for black, but more of a practical, some practical chances, but not objectively. It's not good probably. So knight e4. Yeah, let's see what is Magnus's idea here.
If we start with rook b4, white, I guess, takes on d6 and then maybe even plays b3, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bishop on a4 will look slightly stupid.
Also,
but
maybe bishop b3 is already possible, and then after e5, at least I have a3, and then I can put my bishop on a2. Yeah, I mean, in general, I would say that, of course, once I take this bishop, I'm already a happy man with white, yeah? a3.
Yeah, definitely happier than
relatively happy, of course, but because rook b6 and maybe rook b7 somewhere, black has some play, but bishop a4 back maybe and b3.
Mm-hmm. No, but then I think just playing b3 makes sense without doing all those things. Just do it here. And we want to play something like rook h1, bishop d2, bishop c3.
There are some knight g4, trying to go queen e5. Some tactical, of course, chances for black, but strategically it's already not good. If before, after rook e3, for instance, it was actually fantastic strategically, maybe less dangerous tactically for white, but here it's really like if something will not happen soon, if black doesn't manage some very immediate, quick tactics, okay, he will be lost simply. So probably giving up this bishop on d6 is not really an option. Rook b7. What about rook b7?
Yeah, rook b7. I guess I'm still playing b3.
But now already bishop f5. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
And knight takes d6, of course, is critical. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about rook b2. Yeah.
But queen takes b2. Rook takes b2, king takes b2, queen takes d6. What is this position? I mean, if white manages to not to get mated soon, he can be better, but his king is really weak.
I think this is at least fine for black because the king is really unstable. Bishop b3, bishop f5, for instance.
A5 also looks quite good. A4. Yeah, that's I mean, very serious issues with the king. But who knows? In such situations, sometimes actually I wouldn't mind to give exchange even. Yeah, I mean, if knight d3, rook d3, sometimes okay. It's I just need to avoid getting mated. It's much more important than because the d5 pawn is very strong, but. Let's see. Let's check rook b7. Maybe white has another idea in his mind after rook b7.
Well, it feels like we cannot really allow rook takes b2. So It's either b3 or
no.
bishop b3.
I'm thinking like bishop b3 or b3. Yeah, for instance, bishop f5, knight takes d6.
Whoa.
This. Maybe b3.
Nice.
Yeah, takes on b7, rook b7, and king c2. Again, I probably with b3 because
I think with
really
b3 it's
like
stronger.
queen d7. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
b3, and then the same idea: bishop f5, knight d6, bishop c2, knight b7. I have my doubts about it, but
this is a very strange position. I don't know.
You're sure about queen d6 move?
Not sure, but I would like to stop d6 from happening.
I thought of something more direct, maybe like rook b4, trying to build knight c4, rook a4, maybe.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as well. Yeah, that I missed that move.
Still, bishop. Yeah, I mean, again, it's very dangerous for white, but it might work. Who knows? Queen c8, maybe.
Yeah, queen c8 or queen c7, something like this. Yeah, very unclear.
It looks very dangerous for white. Yeah?
Very, very unclear.
I would rather maybe try bishop c6 and pray. Yeah, after rook b4, and after queen a5, I pray and I hope that I don't get mated.
Yeah, this is where.
That's pretty a4.
The efficacy of prayer gets severely tested in a position like this.
a4 and okay, just
I feel like rook takes b3 should work.
Yeah, rook b3, but I don't see exactly king b3, king b4 check, king c2.
And then we run. Yeah, we run towards those squares.
Yeah,
I couldn't make it work.
But okay, yeah, it's of course very dubious. So maybe rook b7 is.
From the things we've seen so far, rook b7 does look like it's the best option. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and bishop b. Yeah, because if bishop f5, if okay, maybe still b3, and after bishop f5, I let you take on a4, and then I'm trying to like bishop f5, bishop d2, maybe very solid move. Yeah, just trying to stop all kind of play all ideas like rook b4 and queen a5.
Is knight g4?
Yeah, knight g4
annoying
is serious.
Here, or feels like it might be annoying. Yeah, with some knight f2 ideas.
Okay, I will try to play maybe even f3. Because actually, all of a sudden, my bishop on a4 may be very strong now. I don't know about knight takes f2. By the way.
Yeah.
By the way. Of course, I wanted to give up exchange, but now I'm thinking about this position. Bishop is very powerful on a4 all of a sudden.
It is, yeah.
I don't know if black is better here. Or...
Yeah, I think if black manages to trade all the rooks along the e-file, then black is probably better. And if white assumes control over the e-file, I have no idea who is better.
Yeah, I mean, I can play rook e1, let's say. Not sure, but maybe I should try to do something like knight e4. But here, and then... Frankly, even if you take this line, why should I lose it? Yeah, let's say if I think knight e4 probably is the best move here. But even if I play bishop c6, I don't know, it's very double-edged position. Might be perfectly fine for black.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Rook e1, rook e1, rook e7. And even, let's say, I take, which is, of course, very dubious. Take and then trying to go knight e4. This is just playing for a draw, yeah, if I want to make
I understand, yeah.
I doubt, of course, this is good. But normally I should, of course, keep the pair of rooks, yeah?
Yeah, I think here I would start feeling a lot happier with black, because I think if the queen
here black has no risk at all, but I doubt he can really win it. I mean, takes and g3, because my d pawn can start to run one day, yeah?
Yeah, g3 is a very important move.
Or even some ideas sometimes before king b3, bishop takes b4. It's very, very strange position. Very strange, but might not be so simple. But objectively, maybe I should keep a rook. But this is an interesting way for white to play, yeah, this position after rook b7.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
b3 and maybe after b3, black can again try to play, yeah, rook b3.
And there's also this idea of just playing something like rook b4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But the question is after bishop d2 still, I don't know if you really achieve something significant by this exchange sacrifice.
Maybe not, yeah, maybe not. Because there's no immediate follow-up. It looks nice to give yourself this gorgeous open file, but I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Yeah, bishop f5 is logical, but still, what rook h1, and it's not so obvious that black has enough compensation here, because somehow white covers all squares. Yeah. So yeah, it's very sharp position after knight e4.
Yeah, this should be a very exciting game, because Magnus now has to take some very difficult decisions. How to continue with his initiative. It feels like if he doesn't do well in the next, I don't know, 2-3 moves, you could very easily imagine white completely stabilizing and just being a healthy, protected passed pawn up, which would be obviously very good for him.
True. So let's see maybe the Ferrugia-Tari game. So b5, knight h5 was played.
Yeah, knight h5 after some prolonged thinking by Aryan.
It's a logical move. It's a logical, of course, but it's very risky move. I mean, now black wants just to mate, kind of, yeah, because otherwise.
Pretty much, yeah.
But my experience shows that it's quite difficult to mate in such Italians. And otherwise, I guess the idea is knight gf4 probably.
Yeah, but this is a little bit all in, yeah, because if you don't actually achieve your objectives on the king side, you will allow some kind of b6 for white, and that might be quite painful.
Yeah, but from the point of view, this rook g6 is quite a...
It's a serious threat, yeah.
It's a serious threat, yeah. So bishop takes f4 maybe, or knight f4, and now it seems like all I need is just to...
stopping it, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not quite clear to me how to stop it, yeah, because even king h2, rook g6 is... So maybe not knight c4, maybe knight c4 is over-optimistic.
What do we do then?
Well, in the worst case, knight f1 is always possible, yeah, but it's probably not the intention.
This is what he played, but why does this help against knight f4?
It helps, at minimum, helps psychologically. Your knight is closer to the king, so you feel safer somehow. No, but knight g3 maybe simply.
Yeah, but we've had this discussion. I think if this happens,
maybe king h2 then. Maybe should I try to at least to force you first to play rook g6?
Maybe this makes a lot of sense. King h2, rook g6, knight g3.
Because rook on g6, unless you're not getting mated. But knight takes g2 might be an option, yeah? I don't know, knight g2 if it works.
Yeah, the point being king takes g2, knight f4 check.
But I don't like, because bishop f4, e4, and then your bishop on a7 becomes... Yeah,
then we just pass and we allow you to take.
You're allowed to take, and the bishop is bad for, forever, almost. So this I'm not sure, but knight f1. I'm still not quite sure why not knight f1 immediately, but okay, let's... why knight f1 was not played one move earlier, but let's see. So knight f1.
Can we play rook f6? No, rook f6, I guess white is intending to play knight 1
Knight 1 h2, right? Very typical, yeah? Very typical move to try to... Everything is protected 5 times, and...
No, but this is exactly my question. Is it actually protected enough times anyway? If I go knight f4 here and rook g6 is back to being quite an annoying threat, right?
Yes, I'm thinking now if, what can I do? King h1, rook g1 or something in the worst case, yeah?
King h1? Yeah, I guess I'm being a little bit over-optimistic if I suggest
No, I'm not sure. I mean, it might work, but king g2...
Yeah, the king h1 maybe. Too, I think.
Yeah, or even king h1, rook g1 maybe.
Yeah, or that as well. Yeah, it feels like I'm making some progress, but I just don't have enough attackers, right? I will just run out of.
Or to put it another way, white has too many defenders. Yeah.
Yeah, both of those are true here. Yeah, it feels like
it's quite difficult to mate. I remember I had a game with Sasha Grishuk in Rapid Chess. We just had 2 knights against 2 knights, and I put all my pieces in. Even rook was on g6, but it was actually very difficult to create threats. I've managed to trick somehow, but it was, I was quite surprised how difficult it is to create real threats in this position. So if white is careful, usually this attack is not a mating one, yeah. So knight f1, but maybe after knight f1, let's come back to the game. Maybe some kind of move like AB rook f8 I would consider. Just some, makes a lot of sense. Takes or don't take, and rook f8. Maybe somewhere f5 can come. After all, there are no threats really, yeah, for white.
No, not really. It does give me a tempo to play something like hb3, but which should generally be quite useful. But
yeah, that is useful. And but then still, so of course you're threatening d5, but is it a big threat? Yeah, I mean, if I play bishop b6 or something, yeah, just positionally. Because now at least white's knight is not going to c4, not attacking the bishop.
And if you do play d5, yeah, these types of positions, you are probably not very worried about with black, even if we kind of ignore the fact that I might be able to
might even have rook takes f3, yeah, exactly. But also cb, as it looks quite a lot of initiative for black,
yeah. But even after cb, exploiting this eventual weakness on b6 is not going to be very easy, and there's going to be quite a lot of immediate initiative on the king side of black.
Yeah. So maybe this is a way to play for black now. I mean, now let's see, because in our previous reports, our previous streams, I expressed this opinion that the problem of Aryan, that he likes to play very, very direct chess. That sometimes he is forgetting, just to improve quietly his position. And I think maybe now it's a time to make a couple of useful moves, because I'm not sure this very straightforward way of playing will work. And let's see again. Let's see if...
Also, I wanted to bring something up. You played rook f8 there, but maybe, those mysterious rook moves, as they were called in the books of our youth, maybe we can make a less mysterious moves here and still make some sense.
And what about even less mysterious move, bishop b6?
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense if you have the A line, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Usually my chess experience shows that the less mysterious is the move, the better is it, yeah?
Yeah. I think it's very possible that this is okay. Although it paints a target here, so maybe knight e3 with the ideas of...
But then already knight f4 maybe, yeah? Then...
Yeah, but I now do have the option of playing knight g4 eventually, so I don't know. Am I guessing mated again or not?
Not immediately, probably, but black's pieces are all very, very, very,
very active, yeah.
Active.
It's very true.
It doesn't look like it's a big deal for, it's complicated position. So now we have Fiona with us.
We are being joined by Fiona from
Hello.
Yes, hello Fiona. Hello, good evening. So you've got some fresh cookies for us, yeah? Some
tweets about the games today. We have had some big names tweeting at us today. So the first one is David Howell, because it's actually, his pet line that Magnus has employed today, this e takes f6 Caro-Kann. I don't know if you can see the tweet on the screen already.
I can't, maybe Peter.
Either way, so David tweeted, Carlsen played my beloved e takes f6 Caro, basically a forced win for black. This part is humor, but he loves his Caro-Kann. And then he says that although Magnus said he would never play it again after the 2018 ECC game against Svidler.
Yeah, he's played it since, so that was clearly a lie.
Peter, did he say anything at the time? What did you guys discuss after the game?
We were mainly talking about the technical endgame that I got in that game, and I expressed the opinion that basically with colors reversed, white wins every single time, and even during the game, I felt that, if this is a Carlsen-Svidler game, everybody knows it ends with the white victory. But because it's a Svidler-Carlsen game, everybody kind of knows it's a draw. So, and that ended up being true. But we did not discuss the opening so much.
And then the second tweet also about the Magnus game, Ivan Sokolov has tweeted at us once again. And he responded to a Tarrier tweet where Tarrier was saying that this is another example, or Tarrier was asking, is this another example of Carlsen taking risks to win with black? And Ivan retweeted saying, not really that much risk. This pawn sack has solid positional fundament. Also, again, like against Tari, he's playing against a man. Not easy for Duda to handle this type of position with his confidence level, which is presumably low. So what do you make of that? How much do you think Magnus' choice was motivated by his opponent and also his result in this tournament?
I think that's very fair. I think it definitely played a significant part. He has played this line before, and I think, despite maybe swearing at some point he'll never do it again, it was always going to be at least slightly possible. But against Young Krzysztof today, I think it's definitely at least partially influenced by Young Krzysztof standing in the tournament.
But to my understanding, Magnus didn't take so much risk. I mean, it was well justified. If, let's say, playing this d5, e5, ef5 against Aryan Tari was somehow really risky. I mean, strategically and in all other senses. Here, it was a justified. Knight f6, f6. It's a very serious line nowadays. Actually, very well assessed by computers, as I understand. And this pawn sacrifice was very promising. And actually, I think it was just objectively very good. I don't know if he treated after the position in the right manner, but I don't think it was too much risk. It's just a sharp game. And I personally would have played like this against any opponent, even Carlsen himself is black. I just find it good, very sound objectively, which is maybe was not the case in the previous black game against Tari. So that, I'm not sure there is so much psychology in it. It's not impossible that if he would have been playing Aronian or Caruana, he wouldn't go for it still.
Yeah, I will ask Magnus about this also. I know that the hosts here of the Norwegian TV show, where also today, for example, he's sitting right next to me, Nils Guendelius, has joined the show, who was on Magnus's team at the time when this game against Peter was played. And he said they were wondering if this b5, how much of it was prep, how much of it was a bluff. So I'm curious to hear what Magnus will have to say on that topic. And finally, my last tweet, I don't know if you guys have already discussed yesterday's rest day activities. Or did you see what happened?
We haven't discussed it yet, but we were waiting for you to tell us what was happening. And did someone dare to eat those cakes?
Well, unfortunately not. We didn't get to taste them, but I think maybe it was for the best. So I don't know if the tweet is being shown, but basically everyone should head to our website because Leonard Otis took some fantastic photos, some very fun photos of the players, decorating the cakes and the results. And I don't know if you know who won the competition?
We know, but you can announce it to all of our spectators.
Well, the winner was Levon Aronian, and Levon was delighted because he was still upset that the last 2 years he had always come in last place in the cooking competition, and he said this was so unfair because he's the only player out of everyone.
He actually cooks. I think
maybe he's probably the only one who cooks. But cooking and decorating is not really the same.
But he won the competition, and it was judged by one of Norway's top chefs, and he won the competition because the chef said Levon was basically the only one who used the chocolate in between the layers. So it was a 3-layered cake. Mm-hmm. And for example, Ali Reza, his cake I thought looked very nice, but he didn't use any of the chocolate. So it would be, I'm glad we didn't taste it because it would be extremely dry simply.
Maybe he took it with him to his hotel room,
Who knows?
Instead, But still, of course, my big achievement, one of my biggest sportive achievement is winning the cow milking competition some 3 years ago, together with Wesley So. So that was, I'm very proud still of this.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, next year, I was just talking to Benedicta, the main organizer here earlier. She said next year they will try to switch away. Now they had a lot of cooking and baking. So maybe next year we will go back to the farm, again, and I guess it would be a very different
Yes, I
result.
remember we had a kind of biathlon, yeah, of with truck driving and cow milking.
Yeah, tractor, yeah? You're
Truck driving
tractor.
was a bit difficult because it was my first time actually driving anything in my life. Yeah, so I didn't do it that well. Even if Wesley, he was part of our team, he did better. So there we got a kind of reasonable result, and we were totally unstoppable in cow milking. I mean, I think we managed like twice as an amount as a second place because somehow we really got the right approach, you know, to our beautiful cow, and she was very generous. So
For you, it's one of your highlights. For me, it's one of the biggest pities in my life that I was not here to see this, because I would have loved to witness this event. But yeah, so that was what happened yesterday, and I think most importantly, I thought the players all had fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure people will see that for themselves if they check out the photos. And that's all for me, for now at least.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fiona. So yeah, you can go. Everyone can go and check the photos. I've done already even a couple of videos, and we then probably continue.
Oh yeah, and I just, of course, people can also see the video actually. So I did a Facebook Live. So if they go to our Facebook page, they don't only see the photos, but they can watch the whole thing in video, see the players decorate the cakes and all that. So check out the Facebook and the photos on the website. Thank you for having me.
Fiona.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. And with that, we are back to the action.
Let's check the Caruana Ranyan game. Maybe there's some serious things are happening there. So
yeah,
let's come back to the position after Queen A5. So
yeah, we left it here, and Fabi, after some thought, decided to just completely decline the invitation to try and refute it straight away. He played.
King B1 actually very
B1, bishop takes
logical.
C4, knight C1, stabilizing the situation on the queen side, but also giving up the pawn on C4. Levon played bishop F7. I'm slightly curious why G4 is not a move you play even here.
Rook D5.
Rook D5. Yeah, sorry, Rook D5 exists, of course. Yeah, this is the tactical justification. The fork still doesn't pick up any material because Rook D5 is just in time to sidestep it. So Fabi took on F6. Levon finally brought the errant knight from the rim to F6, and the final move so far is Fabi played Queen C6, attacking, of course, the Rook on A8, and seemingly the knight on D7. Although I don't think you absolutely have to protect it. For instance, I think Rook E8 is a move you could try here, attacking the bishop.
Still, Rook takes D7.
There's bishop G6 in the end, right?
I want maybe bishop C4. I mean, Queen takes D7 here.
I was trying to calculate it in the break.
C3 and maybe bishop C4.
You do have bishop C4 here, and just for our viewers, the reason you cannot just take a full rook here is there is bishop G6, which picks up the queen. After bishop C4, but I thought black is just fine, let's say, even if I just give you this rook and play some kind of a normal move here. Maybe even just bishop F7 back.
Well, the Queen C7 or something. Yeah,
Queen C7, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's just a fine position.
But Rook E8, so let's say, what after Rook E8? Let's think maybe bishop D3, bishop D3.
Bishop D3. I generally wanted to put it on D5 anyway. There's also knight E5.
Knight E5, I'm not sure, but first of all, Queen takes C5, who knows?
I think this doesn't work out, right?
Yeah,
because knight D3 wins, yeah.
But basically, Queen takes C8 was my idea, but I'm not sure.
I missed that.
It's
I actually
not
just
sure.
completely...
I'm not sure, because knight gets to C4. Knight takes E8, bishop takes F5, knight C4, and it's really scary, yeah?
It's scary, yeah, but maybe
even if Rook E1, even if Rook E1 or something, not clear if...
because we did manage to trade a lot of the heavy pieces away, so we're not getting mated so easy.
The second knight might get to B5 at some point.
Yeah.
Very sharp, very sharp position. Knight B3 ideas are possible,
So if I don't play knight E5, if I make a a quieter move for now.
Rook d5.
And also, like one point I wanted to make is that, let's say, if we end up playing some kind of an endgame like this is completely fine for black now.
Definitely, yeah.
So black doesn't really have to worry even about having to switch to an endgame anymore. And rook e8 has been actually played by Levon. He just made that move.
Rook e8, yeah. Yeah, Magnus is still in a very deep.
Yeah, Magnus is still in the tank. It's quite remarkable. I think this is. Let me just briefly check because it's interesting. I think he's been thinking for 32 minutes. It says on my screen.
And let's see what is maybe Firuz Atari doing, because Ali Reza is telling, and actually he's probably right. He's just saying that, okay, mate me. And for now, I'm just trying to get some, advantages on the queen side, and it's
rook b7. Rook b7 is a very annoying threat, actually. Yeah. So if black doesn't make enough progress on the other side,
and the thing is that I believe he wants after knight f4. Now he takes bishop takes f4 and puts knight on g3, yeah, which is very, very solid. And then king h2, and it's very difficult to do something about it.
Yeah, and the bishop on a7 is kind of cut off, which is one reason why you could make an argument for what we were doing in our analysis. We were always, more or less always, including AB and bishop b6, and then making a move,
but now maybe black can try to get fc6 at some point. Yeah, it's, I don't know how dangerous, or even c5. What about c5? It's a very strange move, but it's just tactical. Yeah, my idea is d5, rook f6, threatening rook takes f3, and next c4 as quick as possible to open up this bishop back. I don't know. Not sure really it will work, because
it's a very concrete idea. Yeah,
maybe queen d1 and then
also c5, d takes c5. Maybe
d5. Yeah, true. Knight e5 was my idea, but I was not totally sure. Yeah, takes with a rook, I suspect. Yeah,
and it depends on whether I can play
c4 f5. Yeah, to try. Yeah, c4 f5. But the bishop on a7 is so bad that even if you just give up e4 pawn, I'm not sure it's going to be good for black. It's just
exactly. Yeah, I was hoping to find a good pawn sacrifice here.
Yeah, even bishop b2, and it doesn't look good. Knight e3, just takes on e4. It's just awful bishop on e7,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of compensation for the pawn. Maybe black is not doing so poorly, but it's definitely very, very playable for white. Yeah, d5. I would actually be worried about d5 more than I would be about d5.
Yeah, you're right. No, c5 was just an idea, but I have my doubts about this move. So maybe instead of c5, c6. Yeah, c6 is a concession, obviously, because it's not really the move you like to play in those type of positions, but maybe there is no big choice anymore. Yeah?
And also, maybe we just play d5 next move.
With black.
Yeah, maybe we just actually try to trade everything away in the center and claim that the resulting position is not going to be very bad because of how much material will get traded away.
Yeah, that might work, because if bishop e3, maybe you can, first of all, still play d5. Yeah. Also ed4, I'm not sure if it's...
ed4 forces bishop takes, I guess. And
but
we have c5 here. Yeah, we have c5 here.
Yeah. So maybe c6, finally.
And at least we pick up the central pawn here. c6 seemed to have been...
No, queen c8 was played. Queen c8.
Yeah. Iron chose a more kind of a non-committal
Maybe it's also
approach.
okay, yeah. He stops rook b7, protects the pawn on a6. The only minus is that queen on c8 it's maybe a little bit passive. I mean, but
it doesn't support the d5 counterplay anymore, so you are more committed to creating something on the king side, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's a playable move, but maybe there was something more concrete. With white, I guess the most natural move in the position is bishop e3. I don't know if there is anything.
Yeah, bishop e3. I guess e takes d4 has to be.
Or I just want to mention that maybe there is a point in queen b3. just completely ignoring the pawn on e4, but trying to land queen b7.
Yeah,
queen
that's
b7.
a very, very interesting option. Yeah.
Queen b7 might actually win a lot of material if it happens. It might
maybe ed5, ed4, and c5, somehow trying to go c4 at some point. And then maybe, let's say, I guess.
I mean, shockingly, I think I can even play it here.
Yeah.
You know? If I really want to go sort of all in on this idea, I can even maybe play it here.
Yeah, maybe.
And ask the question.
D takes c3, of course, is a strange move, but
I don't know if this is going to be enough.
Knight f6, I don't believe it will be enough.
Doesn't feel quite
but it's
enough.
True that queen b3 is creating this queen b7 threat.
Yeah, queen b3 is a very concrete idea, which I have no idea if this is good or not, but it does make the game suddenly very, very sharply tactical.
Maybe rook 6 e7.
Yeah,
it's not really.
That's clever. Yeah,
it's a very sad move, of course, to play. But the idea is queen b7, maybe c5.
c6 or c5. Yeah, I don't know which one is.
C5. But in general, rook on e7 is. I'm afraid there will be a lot of tactical ideas, like knight e3, for example. I mean, it doesn't look like ed, knight d5, and then again queen b7, and looks very dubious. Yeah, but queen b3, yes, queen b3 is a.
It's at least something to consider. I don't know if it's strong, but it's definitely something to consider with white here.
Very, and I'm pretty even sure that it looks like a very interesting move and might be played. Yeah. So let's go. Finally, Magnus he have played his move.
After more than half an hour in the tank, he does go rook b7, which is a move we expected. And now, but yeah, still b3. I don't know if it's so clear. Yeah, b3. I think probably will be played. Of course, bishop f5 is the most natural here. Yeah, it's either bishop f5 or that exchange sacrifice that I mentioned, but bishop f5 looks better. Yeah, bishop looks. And now the question, first of all, there is this bishop d2 move. Maybe bishop d2, knight c4 here, and then rook b4. That is really too much. That is maybe too much idea. Because still knight takes d6 will be. Yeah, but possible. Knight d6 still exists. Yeah. Yeah, bishop b4, rook b4, knight takes d6. Yeah. And yeah, black doesn't really come out ahead. Queen d6, queen c3, there is no mate. Even if c4, you can still try, but okay, it's for 1 minute bullet game or more. Yeah, yeah, doesn't normally work out. Things like that. So after b3, I mean bishop d2 is a move, but I quite like this queen sacrifice. How was it going? I don't remember already. Yeah, we played. Yeah, it was bishop d2. Yeah, I think knight it's g4, and then you played f3 here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if knight g4. Yeah, maybe let's try to think here. Maybe. What about trying rook b4 anyway? Whoa. Really? No, not really. I mean, but we try. Rook takes rook b4. So your threat is sort of some kind of slow queen a5, knight c4, some ideas rook a4. Yeah. I doubt, of course. That is quite remarkable. Yeah. Maybe a3 even just. Yeah, that's maybe the nothing problem. Is. Just go a3 and then slowly consolidate with like f3 rook a3. But even if you consolidate, it must be too much. Yeah? Unless knight takes c4 here, maybe. Bishop f4 check. Yeah, a bishop f4 check is a way to become very sad very quickly. Yeah, and if bc4, maybe I can take. Knight a3 check is possible. So here we go. B takes c4, and now bishop f4 check again. This is fantastic for black. Yeah, so a3 is just not a move, I guess. So rook e1 probably. Yeah? Looks very solid. Does it even help? I mean, you still want. Has enough changed for this not to work? Is my question. I don't know. This is a very striking threat because BC and rook d2. Check. Yeah. Rook d2. Yeah, but I take, I think. Yeah, sure. Maybe even queen. Take. I wanted to take with the king, maybe. Yeah. And now knight takes f6. I missed knight f6. Yeah. No, but gf. I mean, it's queen f5. I'm not sure. Rook b1 check. Yeah. This actually works out for black somehow. Yeah.
But
of course, it's all extremely speculative. Like this is not forced, but
yeah, by far, yeah. I mean, but yeah, the position becomes very double-edged. I mean, it's very easy to get also worse with black already. I mean, under certain circumstances. So rook b4, b3, frankly, doesn't look like I have no good defense against those half threats.
Yeah, there should be something. You have to assume we're missing something simple here, but I don't see it.
And another idea, by the way, I start to think that's probably too much, is to play knight takes e4 immediately and then...
Where? b3, do we play bishop f5 or not?
No, I mean here, bishop f5.
Bishop d2, yeah?
Yeah, bishop d2. Yes, no, probably doesn't work. Yeah, sorry. I had some...
Yeah, we tried knight c4 here, but it didn't seem to work.
So, but what is white's next? He wants just slowly to start consolidating, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know, rook h1, maybe bishop c3 is very double-edged. I don't know if we can allow knight takes c4.
Yeah, but the thing is, and what is, I mean, it's not so easy maybe to make any really constructive move for white.
That is true. It's not really a mutual Zugzwang, but yeah, it's very unclear who is aiming for what. And how to improve.
Well, white probably wants rook e1, but even this is not really a huge improvement, yeah?
Yeah, your next move remains unclear after that.
Yeah, so maybe some different options like bishop g6 might be interesting, trying even to go bishop f8 next and then f5, for instance, yeah?
So we want bishop f8 and then maybe f5, f4 to kind of
looks extremely slow, but after all, why not?
Yeah, very possibly, and
or bishop f8 first, yeah, whatever, yeah, and yeah, it's very hard to say what is the position.
Yeah, feels like on the other hand, for young Krzysztof here, it feels like he really should be playing b3 because I think we are in agreement.
Yeah, let's check knight d6, but it really looked bad, yeah, for white.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be very good. Like white might be able to survive if he plays really precisely afterwards, but
yeah,
this position just looks very, very dangerous for white. I don't think you can afford to do it.
Yeah, bishop b3, and I even really worried about a5.
Yeah, I think a5 is a very strong
because a4 is a very annoying threat, yeah, and very difficult to parry.
And bishop b3 really doesn't look right. It's just like a5.
Even if bishop f5, even if just doing the same, but just one day a5, a4 will arrive, yeah?
Absolutely, yes. So it feels like, once again, it's something I get very fixated upon, that young Krzysztof made a few moves quite quickly in this game, and now he is spending, I think, a lot more time than it is practically viable on this decision. In particular, because I think, considering this time control, probably even I would be kind of forced to calculate on my opponent's time. Normally I get up and I do something else, but
yeah, same as me. Yeah. But frankly, black had only two moves. Yeah, bishop f5, which probably was not working because of knight f6, and then rook b7. The rest of the moves were just not good. Yeah, so
not very good. Yeah,
I guess rook b7. Yeah, you calculate, and yeah, the time management is very strange. I mean, of the Polish player. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite understand how he decides where to think for a long time.
Yeah, because to my understanding, I mean, it looks like b3 is almost the only, unless we miss something. Yeah, but it's almost like a only move, at least practical. Yeah, in practical sense. Yeah, because maybe we are missing something. Yeah, but I can't
honestly,
really
in this
imagine
particular case, I don't think we are.
Yeah, I can't really imagine even what other ideas, for white.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't have much experience playing these slightly non-standard time controls with like 90 minutes or 120 as it is here for the entire game. But I do imagine that it becomes a lot more important to manage your time wisely.
Yes,
because it's a very unforgiving time control. If you find yourself with very little time and still a lot of very difficult, like, tactical decisions to be made, you are extremely likely to start making bad mistakes. So yeah, I think b3 probably needed to be played slightly faster.
Yeah. So let's see Levon's game. Yeah, what is knight went to b8 for some reason?
Yeah, this is a bit shocking to me. I don't quite understand.
Maybe there is a tactical justification of it. Yeah, that there is it's not so clear where the queen.
I guess queen b5. He just wants to go queen c7 and continue.
There is c4 possible, by the way, after queen b5. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
I just go for this endgame, and
because the pawns are limiting white. I mean, bishop g6 check is somewhere. I mean, the pawns are really very annoying. This b4, if a knight gets to c6.
This actually starts making a lot more sense to me, because I somehow thought, because I'm famously there are very few people in the world who value the two bishops more than I do. So for me, I thought, there is no way black can be playing an endgame here unless you take on b6, like I was showing a line where black was trading queens on the b6 square, improving his structure a great deal. And I just did not for 1 second consider the idea of trading queens here, but it does look very logical.
Yeah, but looks like white really has very bad pieces. Yeah, if he would have his bishop on c2 and something, but now it's like black has a lot of initiative here. Yeah, it's so difficult for white to get his pieces in the sensible squares. So maybe not queen b5.
If I play really slowly, do I get mated or?
I don't know about getting mated, although even this is very possible, like b3.
Yeah, like immediate b3 looks very scary.
Even this is very scary, because you might, but also some knight c6 ideas. But it's.
I was wondering if maybe I have enough time to play bishop b2, play rook h1, then put it back on f1 and start trading. But probably it's a little bit too slow. The other option, there's really only two. I mean, queen b7 exists, but I don't believe in it. The other option would be to play queen d6 here.
Yeah, it's not really something, Peter, what you would love to do,
Not really,
c4,
no.
Just c4.
Yeah. It feels like it's like the same position we were just discussing, only with queens on, which is
and the queen,
which is not an improvement.
Probably the mate will come rather soon here. So maybe it seems to me like queen b5 is almost the only reasonable choice.
Yeah.
And now after queen b5, of course c4 is not obligatory. You can also try to go away with the queen, but I think c4 is most probably Levon's idea.
Yeah, because queen c7, for instance, allows bishop c4, which makes white's life immediately slightly easier to manage. Even
also
here,
bishop g3, I don't like some bishop g3.
Yeah, bishop g3 as well. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure c4 will be the c4 is the point. You have to take.
Yeah, we absolutely have to take now, because otherwise, why we played queen b5? And you have to look for a move here for white, and I don't know what that move is.
I was thinking about move b3. It's of course there, but at least I want to get but knight d5 is very scary. Knight d5, I have to play bishop d4. It's very dangerous.
Very worrying for white. Yeah,
very worrying, but who knows? Maybe if I manage,
doesn't seem to be immediately collapsing, but it's
But it might. I mean, it might. Like knight c6, for example, I'm thinking.
I don't see how I lose after bishop takes c4.
Yeah, takes knight takes d4. Yeah, because I have to take a knight c3 check.
I think I can maybe even play king b2, which probably ends up being some kind of a draw. But I think I can
king c2.
Or king c2,
That here, it was rook takes a2 is a drop. I mean, bishop c4. You want to take with what?
If I want to pretend I'm playing for a win, I have to take with a pawn. But then there's this, right? So I'm not playing for a win anyway. So
I mean, black is fine, but at least here. So maybe b3 if it works. Of course, black can also get his pawn to c3. But then the idea is to try. At least I get my squares. Yeah, my bishop d3, bishop c2, knight gets to d3, so I can get square. Even though I'm not completely sure, because the pawn on c3 is still a serious force. It's
quite scary as well. I was also looking at we can include knight d5, bishop d4. I could also, I was wondering if I'm supposed to throw in bishop d6 check here or not.
King a1.
Yeah, king a1, and then maybe play. But c3 bishop c4 is awkward here. I don't know. I'm not actually making as much progress as I'd hoped.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, probably
bishop c2
here
exists, but I guess.
But bishop c4, this why would be
is quite happy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a dream. Yeah, knight gets to d3 and so on. So probably maybe b3. Yeah, is a way to.
Does seem like the best choice we've seen so far. Yeah, I was also slowly coming to that conclusion as we were.
I'm just not quite sure about c3. Yeah, this position. If I manage c3, let's say bishop d3, I suspect, and then the idea is, I don't know, rook g5 or whatever, just to make, and then just to have a pawn on a5. Yeah, I mean, if I just get my pawn to a5 and knight to c6.
Yeah, this looks completely fine for black at least, yeah?
No, black, I think black is perfectly fine. Here, it's just the question is if he is better or not, yes? I mean, that's for me a serious question. I don't know if rook g5 or knight c6 and then trying to get the rook into a better square than g5, yeah, because, but anyway, not so important. Maybe white will, I'm not sure about rook g1 because maybe I want, maybe it's better to make another move just to be able to get my rook to e1, like bishop
maybe something
g3.
like g4 or g3.
Yeah, or bishop g3, yeah.
Or bishop g3, yeah, good.
And then a5 and rook e1 and trying to change rooks and knight will get to c6 one day.
Yeah, we could maybe even take and play
take
knight
rook
c6
e1,
because we cover all the squares for
now. Because strangely enough, this king, even if it's an endgame, it's still a long-term problem for white. Yeah? It's still not so funny. And this knight on c1, so I still would say that probably it's black who is pressing, yeah, in this particular position.
Yeah, but I think this is probably okay for white long term. I think white probably makes a draw eventually. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I would like to be white. Yeah.
Yeah, not really dreaming of proving myself correct here. Honestly, the more I look at this, the less I would like to be.
But what is interesting? Yeah, finally Queen b5 has been played. So let's see. Let's guess.
Yeah, I think c4 is probably the explanation for knight b8. But I mean, Queen c7 is still playable. Maybe
I'm not sure about also bishop g3. It looks very unpleasant. Yeah, bishop g3 just trying to.
Bishop g3. Yeah, bishop g3.
Where
I don't
the
like.
Queen goes, and I don't really see where. Yeah.
Yeah, Queen c8 is already a huge concession because
at the worst I can take on b8 at some point.
Yeah, and but also you no longer have Queen takes f7.
Yeah, yeah. No, that is.
All of these positions are.
No, that is so. Probably c4 is a move.
Yeah.
By the way, bishop e3 was played by Firuza, and I think I get the point. I get the point because ed cd probably he wants just to sacrifice a pawn, yeah, like this, and then trying to. It's quite typical also, and then maybe at some point Queen c6 and trying to catch. Fish this bishop on a7, yeah?
That also happens, yeah. Like maybe even immediately. Yeah? But I guess I go knight f6 and I try to get knight e7 in. And if you play Queen b7, there's always Queen a8. So I don't actually lose the bishop straight away. But maybe Queen takes c7 is playable here. Yeah, I was hoping for knight d5, but then Queen takes d7.
I thought maybe even I don't know if rook b7 first of all was an option. Yeah.
Rook b7 knight is you have Queen takes c7. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not completely clear because maybe d4 is hanging or not. Bishop d4, knight d4, rook d4.
Yeah, that probably is quite important actually.
Rook takes e7.
Queen somewhere, I don't know, maybe even
where? That's a
some
question.
kind of active square.
Queen e8. No, my rook is hanging. But I also have to cut Queen a6. Who knows? It's very tactical, but it looks like black should have enough play. Yeah, it
feels like probably ends up being some kind of a draw.
Pieces, yeah. So maybe but I think that idea is interesting. After CD rook e4, maybe even some quiet play. Just slowly try to First of all, there is a move knight d2, maybe trying to ask the rook where would it go.
E7, I think.
Yeah, because e6, d5, yeah? Maybe
yeah, but I kind of like it on e7 too.
And now queen c6, because now I want to...
Yeah, rook b7 is a threat now, I guess, yeah. Though I always have queen a8.
I will take on a6 and...
Yeah.
It's an interesting way of playing. Of course, black might try to get some certain counter attack, yeah, on the, as it usually has, knight hf4 or knight gf4 and knight h maybe f4. Yeah? Who knows? Knight h3 might be enough for a draw under certain conditions. I mean, we have to be careful with white also, because rook b7 it still takes time to take on a7. The rook is out of play, and maybe black can create threats. Like even knight takes h3, who knows?
How do I give mate?
Queen takes h3, I want knight f4.
Knight f4,
yeah.
Knight f4 is a threat here. Yeah, so let's say if
there
white
is
takes
knight h2, but it's tricky, yeah? I mean, yeah, here knight f4, knight h2, rook e4 maybe, rook e4.
Whoa, yeah. It's very easy to just get completely blown apart.
Bishop takes f4 maybe still works, rook e1, knight f1, but yeah, it's very tricky. Even though it's not completely clear if black will not have some resources, like rook e4, rook e4, who knows? Probably not enough.
This already feels like maybe this is a little bit too much, but
must be, yeah, must be.
Yeah, it's an illustration. It's an illustration that white cannot really.
Yeah, because rook on a7, you see so many tempts to take this bishop, yeah. So
we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. Is there anything else apart from e takes d4 in this position that you can play with black and not be very?
I guess d5 is a threat. Rook f6,
yeah, this
d5 also. Yeah, probably at minimum. I don't really see what can be done.
Yeah, it feels like you might have to accept, if we assume this is a pawn sacrifice, because just to illustrate, if you take with the bishop trying to keep the pawn, c5 still wins.
That might be another way to sacrifice a pawn, yeah, playing bishop e3 and trying to play against this bishop a7, yeah, but doesn't look to me, it doesn't seem to be so impressive.
No,
yeah, maybe
really,
it's kind of compensation. Knight d2, maybe knight d2 trying to go knight c4 one day.
Yeah, but it feels like here black is a lot more in control, right? Queen f6, I want to play d5, the knight returns to f6.
Yeah, and again, unless there is some very direct solution, queen f5, and maybe very, very, directly it can work, knight f6, bishop h6, who knows? But doesn't look, yeah, I fully agree with you, Peter. Doesn't look, even takes on a1 and then d5, doesn't look too bad for black.
Yeah, and briefly, we will return to this in a moment, but Fabi found a very interesting idea here. He just goes rook d4, obviously, I think, with the intention of immediately giving this exchange on the c4 square. Takes, I guess king goes to h8, we go either knight b3 or rook d1. I guess knight b3 and then maybe rook c1 or something, yeah?
Yeah, must be okay for black, it must be fine, but I'm not sure if black will allow this exchange sacrifice.
How do you... rook c8 or
rook c5 maybe?
Or rook c4. Yeah, rook c5 is a bit awkward though because of the x-ray. Yeah, I can't draw
rook c8, yeah. Why not rook c8 but rook c5 at least, what is good about this move, maybe I want to get my knight out, but still knight c6 is not threatening because of rook d6, so... But let's say I want just to play a5 next. Bishop e2, I suspect.
Probably bishop e2. I don't really see any very useful jumps. And we have the first quote from the confessional today. Magnus played rook b7, and then while young Krzysztof was considering b3, he went in and he said, "It became a really complicated game today. I sacked a pawn for an attack against his king. Spent a long time on my last move, rook b7. I don't know why. I don't have many alternatives. I have calculated b3. I will play rook b4, which he has already done, by the way, with the idea to take on c4 with the knight or with the rook on a4. It seems very, very exciting, but I don't know how well it works. But he is obviously concerned as he spends so much time on b3, which seems to me the obvious reply. It will be super exciting to see what he comes up with, because it's not obvious at all. So yeah, looks like Magnus is also very unsure about the objective assessment of the position, which is not surprising. It's just such a messy position to play. And he used the word exciting, I think, 4 or 5 times in that little quote. So he must be excited.
He must be excited, yeah. But yes, I guess he usually prefers not to be excited during game. Just to have a very nice position and slowly press it home, you know. So I don't know if it's a good sign if he is excited. Yeah.
I think these days he's actually kind of consciously trying to play more exciting chess, and we're now competing with Magnus as to how many times we can use that word in the next 30 seconds. I think I don't know if that was your impression, but it really seems to me like he is like actively trying to play sharper whenever possible.
That's true. This I agree with it, but yeah, sometimes he is maybe taking too much risk. Of course, I'm the last person to tell it, yeah. But it seems that sometimes it's on the edge of taking too much risk. But we will see. Usually, he is getting out well from such situations. No, I don't say he's worse. I guess it's just extremely complicated, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that he takes risks already, quite serious risks.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, once again, he doesn't address the question directly, but from that quote, it seems to me like the sacrifice may have been a bit of an over the board bluff, because the general tone of what he's saying doesn't sound like a man who, at least up to a certain point, had like a clear answer prepared. Mm-hmm. I think he is just very much enjoying that young Krzysztof gave him the option of playing such a game today. And he is clearly happy that this is happening, but doesn't actually know what is happening exactly.
Well, we will ask him, yeah. Hopefully we'll have him.
We'll get to ask him, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we can have a small break now. What do you think, Peter? Because since it seems like positions are more or less quiet, people are thinking, they have enough reasons for it, and we can maybe come back in a few minutes, in 10 minutes, and continue. And some things will be happening already, I am sure, by then.
Sure.
Well, we wanted to do a historical top 50 of chess players of sort of all time, and to do that, we are using the statistics by Jeff Sonax, who has created a site called Chess Metrics. We've gotten some help from Frank Hofmeister, who is a well-renowned chess historian, but then we have still kind of added our own touch. And it's always going to be subjective, and there's no correct answer.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you agree with every single ranking, because usually when you publish lists, what could go wrong? Who would disagree with anything? But yeah, it's been fun, and I hope you like it.
Welcome back, and we are once again bringing you all the action from round 5 of the Altibox 2020 Norway Chess Tournament. And we start with the Corona Aronian game because that is the game in which a move has been made, shockingly. And it is a move we expected to a degree. As we mentioned before going on the break, Fabi played rook d4 with a very clear idea of sacrifice. I mean, attacking the pawn on c4 and perhaps even quite certainly, I think, sacrificing the exchange to get his pieces out of the corner in the king side, on the king side. And rook c8 is aiming to prevent that because restricting the bishop on f1 and the knight on c1 with this pawn on c4 is very much part of what he's trying to achieve here.
Yeah, and maybe trying to get a better version